Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Elena, it's at official Glenn Lundy if you want to look at it and see it or share it or any of that.
Okay. I can do that after, right?
You can. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Today is Wednesday. That's right. Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. The first and last time it'll ever be Wednesday. October 24th, 2018. So we have to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day. And I can tell you, we're going to make the most of today because we have an incredibly special guest on today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. We've got the one and only Elena Cardone, and I'm going to bring her on here in just a second. So you guys know what to do. We've got to get everybody up in here this morning, and so we can kick this thing off. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be absolutely incredible episode, I can tell you. Now, before we dive into all of that, we got to do a couple things. One, I want to remind you guys that Hashtag Rise and Grind, we're taking this online community offline for the holidays. So if you haven't signed up yet to feed a family somewhere in the country, I need you to go to glennlundy.com and get signed up, man. Commit to feeding a family. We've got to take our online community offline, and I want to feed families in all 50 states for Christmas this year. Or if you can't get out and feed a family, you can of course just buy a t-shirt, and my wife will go out and we'll buy some gifts and whatnot for some families here locally right here in Kentucky. So I wanted to make sure to remind you to do that here on Hashtag Rise and Grind, because it's important that we give back with this powerful community that we've been able to build. Now also, the second thing, the guests that are on our show, they are always, these people are taking time out of their valuable mornings. They're taking their valuable time and sharing it with us. So their time, their wisdom, their knowledge is incredibly valuable. And the best thing that we can do as a community to make it worth their time is we can make sure that we push that share button. So right away this morning, I need you to push that share button. Let's get as many people up in here as humanly possible, because everybody needs a little Elena Cardone in their life. As a matter of fact, let me show you a quick little video of what you're going to get.
You're either building an empire or you are destroying one. There is nothing in between. Grant and I do not live in the gray. For us, it's either black or white. He's either forgiven or he's not. If you want your relationship to win, focus on the future. Stay out of the past. Just stay out of it. You can't build all day and come home and destroy it and expect to hit your targets. It's beneath your power. You've got to work together.
So that's who we've got coming on. We're about to bring her on here in just a second. I'm stinking excited if you can't tell. But before we bring her in here, first thing, you guys know exactly what we got to do this morning. First thing we got to do is we got to dance. We got to get our dance on this morning. That's right. This is the part of the show. This is the part of the show where I need you to go ahead and get that body moving. This is the part of the show where we get rocking and rolling. We get ready to take on this incredible day. This is also the part of the show where I need you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. I don't care if you're watching on replay. I don't care if you're watching live. Say good morning to me. I'll say good morning to you. Let's get our bodies in motion, and let's get rocking and rolling. Good morning, my good friend Carrie Carter. It's great to see you. What's up, Brian Benstock? How are you, sir? Trendy Trend is up in here this morning, and Mr. Ryan Smith. What's up, Ray Hatcher and Casey Rossiter? Archie's in the house, Janelle Griego, and my man Josh. Oh, Stephen Jones is up in here. Rob Bowley. Oh my goodness, it's packed in the house. Everybody wants to see Elena Cardone. That's what I'm talking about. Neil Amaro's up in here. Melissa Gomez, Scott Holbert, Sterling Leach, Lisa Williams, Chad's in here, Gail's in here. My goodness, we're packed. That's what I'm talking about. Keep bringing them in. Keep hitting that share button. Let's go. You guys ready? I'm ready. I think it's time. You've heard enough of me. It's time for us to bring on my dear friend, Mrs. Elena Cardone. Let me switch this over. Oh, there she is. There she is. Miss Elena Cardone, how are you this morning?
I am excellent. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. I'm honored that you would join us. I know 5:30 in the morning is an interesting time to go live on Facebook, to say the least, right?
It is. I'm usually up at 5, but not, with a little bit of lipstick on. That doesn't usually happen at 5:30.
Right. Let's talk about that a little bit. Oh, hold on. I just noticed something. I still have music playing in the background.
We like music.
We got to turn the music off. There we go. Music's off. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit this morning. I have studied a ton of successful people, and obviously you and your family are clearly very, very, very successful. But I've studied a ton of successful people, and they all have a morning routine. They all have a very disciplined morning routine. Share yours with us a little bit. What's your morning routines look like?
Well, I usually wake up Monday through Friday, actually every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm either working out or I'm just up and about. I'm dealing with the kids in the morning. Grant, I have his trainer come every morning at 7 a.m. And so for the second half of that session, like for some reason, I don't know what it is about guys, but y'all like your little cheerleaders there. So every morning at 7:30 to 8, I sit in on the second half and rah him on. And his trainer swears he does better the second half. So, and it's just getting everybody out of the house in the morning. But I don't really have anything other than I wake up at 5 in the morning, no matter what, as a ritual per se.
Right, 5 a.m. up and at him, cheering on your man. He always needs Elena behind him to push him, doesn't he?
He does, and I don't mind. I mean, we're best friends as well as being in a marriage and lovers and whatnot. But we're also truly best friends, so that makes it cool.
That is very, very cool. Listen, I'm gonna list off a few things. Okay, we've got author of an incredible book you've got coming out called Building an Empire, right? We've got entrepreneur, we've got talk show host, we've got mother, we've got speaker, we've got actress, we've got model, we've got straight up like boss lady. These are all titles that I can give you. And but on the side of that, some of your best work that I've ever seen is you've got a gun in your hand, or you're doing some jujitsu, right? You're doing all of these things and you do them so well. What is the secret? Like, how do you do so many things so well?
Well, that's interesting that you think I do them well. And in my head, I've been doing this Muay Thai for a year, and I completely feel like I look ridiculous. I am ridiculous, but I just keep going every day. And other people are like, no, you're doing really well. And I'm like, but the shooting guns, again, I think I'm good for a civilian, but you get me out on the match with all the guys and girls that really know what they're doing in the competitions. And I suck, so it's good that you think I do it well. I do think I do motherhood like way above average, but then again, I think there's days when I'm like, oh, I didn't do that moment right. I lost my temper there. I should, you know what I mean? So yeah. I never feel like I do everything well, which is interesting. I don't know if other people go through that. I don't know if it's just always striving for greatness. I never feel like I get there, although I get happy with my accomplishments along the way. I know I can throw a punch now, and a year ago I couldn't. So
right.
I'll have to acknowledge that. But how do I do everything so well? One of the biggest keys to as you grow and expand your empires, you have to outsource at some point. You can't think you can do everything on your own. You can't be the accountant. You can't be the worker. You can't be the bookkeeper. You can't be the person doing the dishes and making the beds and think you can do it all. I mean, I think some people think they don't want to spend the money, or they think they can do it all, or they have to be the hero. I'm done being the hero. I outsource all the stuff I don't want to have to do so that I can focus on the main things that I do want, like my kids, my husband, myself. And that way it gives me that time to do what I'm doing at that moment 100%.
Totally. I get that. And I do think that a lot of people struggle, in that area. I know that myself, like mowing the lawn, right? Like I mow the lawn. I don't want to say I hate mowing the lawn, but I feel like it's my lawn and I'm supposed to mow the lawn, and no one mows the lawn as well as I mow the lawn. But that's time that I could be spending, with my kids. It's time that I could be spending building my empire or things like that, things that I need to outsource. My wife also, obviously we have going on 7 kids. She's due any day now, with which the last one, my son, his middle name's Grant, after your husband. We gave him the middle name of Grant. But this one's a girl. Maybe we can get Elena in there somewhere. I'm not sure. But but so she feels the same way. She always feels like she has to take everything on. It's like a failure if she has to ask people to help. So I'm really glad that you touched on that, because I think a lot of people struggle, in that area, trying to do absolutely everything. This group right here, this is a unique group. The Rise and Grind group, we've got over 30,000 members in the group. 49% of this group is women, right? 49% of the group is women, which is crazy. When we first started it, I didn't know it was going to go that way. But 49% of the group is women, yet most of the dominant kind of workforces, like I'm in the auto industry, most of the dominant, more aggressive workforces are 95% men. What's up with that? Where are all our powerful women at, Elena?
Oh, the powerful women are everywhere. I mean, certainly we could use more, but I mean, powerful women are everywhere. They're just being overlooked either by other people or being overlooked in themselves. I mean, to me, in my opinion, there is no more powerful woman than a mother, period. That is who raises our future generation. That is who raises happy, healthy children that prosper and flourish. And I mean, to any parent, there is nothing more important than your child. So the rearing of children is the most valuable position in society, and it's just overlooked. Oh, I'm just a mom. Oh, I'm just a housewife, or whatever they want to call themselves. And to me, those are the real power positions. So, I mean, yes, I think it's easy for a woman to step into a male dominated role and run that show. You get one of those guys and let them be home for a week and see how they survive. They don't.
It doesn't even take a week. It doesn't take a week.
It takes a day. Actually, I was going to say a day, but I didn't want to be too offensive this early in the morning.
Right. But you're 100% right, man. You're 100% right. I've seen how, obviously I see you guys from the outside, but I've seen how you balance, and at the growth cons, I've seen you, directing traffic and being the classy woman that you are, and being an incredible host. And at the same time, you're taking care of the girls and making sure that they're in the right place and everybody's taken care of. And my wife, obviously, she homeschools the kids on top of all of the other things that she does. I just quit my job at Dan Cummins last week, and so I've been home a lot more lately. And you are 100% right. It is the toughest job on the planet, and it takes powerful people to be able to do what you mothers do, hands down.
Yeah, we make it look easy, but it's really not.
No, not at all. I had yesterday or the day before, I had a carrot card on my head. I was wearing this headband and a carrot card. I'm playing the board games, and I'm 10 minutes into the board game going, my wife does this all day, entertains these children, keeps them fed. Oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
Now you've got some special girls. You have 2 girls, right?
Yep. Sabrina and Scarlett.
And they are some incredible personalities from what I've seen.
Yes.
It seems like you can't live in the Cardone house without bringing it, right?
Definitely. And they know that, as a family and as a unit, we understand that there is a role that every person plays in this family. So the kids are not just kids that occupy space. They have a role. They're part of Team Cardone. There's things that are expected of them, whether they want to or not, you know, at whatever. And they understand that that's part of their exchange for the lifestyle that they have been given.
I like that.
And they also understand that as our group, our mission is to help people, to make a difference for the better on the world, and they're in on that mission as well. So when we go out of town, they understand we're helping people, and their job is to be home and be happy and not cause problems and make it okay for us to be on the road. And so that is a job. So they're not just being left behind. They're actually like contributing to a role. Oh, when I'm doing this, I'm actually helping people by letting them be gone. So it makes them feel more mature, and it keeps us all united as a family. I mean, just little things like that. I mean, I have so many, ways to steer children, but in that key specific point, they're excellent.
That's incredible. I love that. I love how it's their jobs and their roles that they have to do as an exchange for the lifestyle. It's a mutual relationship, which I think a lot of time parents, we tend to look down, right? We think the relationship's different. We're up here, they're down here. So making it mutual like that makes them feel special, feel important, feel like they're, a part of something bigger. That's powerful.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really, really, really powerful. I could probably get a little bit better. See, I need some tips right now, being home a little bit more. So I appreciate the parenting tips because I want to make sure to do well. Listen, Elena, I heard you speak for the first time. Obviously, I'd watched you online, but I heard you speak for the first time at the first GrowthCon a couple years back. And I heard you speak. And the way that you honor your husband is incredible. The way that you honor your family altogether, just the Cardone name period is beautiful. And the way that you fiercely protect the house. I love that. And so how much has your success at home, obviously you've got a lot of success at home, how much has the success at home affected like the worldly success for you guys' businesses?
Well, how has our success? Wait, I don't. Tell me that. Ask me that again.
Yeah, like at home, you honor your husband, you honor your kids, you protect them fiercely. Like you've created something at home that's pretty incredible. Now, yeah. I guess my question is, how important has that been into the success of your guys' business? Outside of the house.
Well, it's everything, because we have a mindset within the house and within our group that is unshakable no matter where we go. And because we're all on board with the same mission, with the same purpose, and on the same page, we understand that there are certain sacrifices that come with that, with anything. And we're willing to make those sacrifices in order to continue to grow and expand. So even if that means we have to be a little bit more in a fish bubble tank, whatever you call that, but we're willing to do that because we understand that we've found something, and we have found a way for the normal person. Not that we're normal, not any of us, but you know what I'm saying? That quote unquote, that normal person. We both came from middle-class families, living paycheck to paycheck. And then Grant and I hooked up together, really figured out our roles with each other and in the marriage, and figured out how to really boom this thing into something big, which is nowhere near where we want to go. I want it to be a multi-billion-dollar enterprise,
right,
by the time I'm all said and done.
Right.
But the reason we keep the curtains open is because we know that everybody else, just like us, if they get rid of some false information and actually can apply themselves in a more effective manner, they can have exactly what we have too. That's the only reason we keep the curtains open.
Right. It's incredible.
And in order to keep the curtains open, that's what we go back to saying, what you say, you have to be fiercely protective of not just the bad guys out there, but the people within your circle that might be destructive. I keep it very tight with everyone that comes in Grant's space, in the office. Like it goes way deeper than just being protective of the typical bad guy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you protect, the people that you're around, all the influences, all of those things are incredibly important. And I love how you have made that, one of the forefront things that you do for your family. I think a lot of other families could learn a lot from that, even if they're not necessarily in a position like you guys are, financially or whatever. Like, what are your kids watching on TV? What are all the different things that are going in here in your household? I think that's very important, and a lot of people miss that. So I love that you've connected with that and you share all of that, with the world. It's very inspiring for me. It's inspiring for a lot of people that watch. So I appreciate you doing that. I really do. You guys are having success. You have success in the sales world. You have success in the real estate market. You guys have successful shows, successful online. Like the Cardone team is winning. Team Cardone is winning right now and really has the last like 5 to 10, probably a little over 5 years, right? You guys have really started winning. What is the secret sauce? Why is the Cardone team winning right now? What are you guys doing?
Well, it goes back to what I said. We think differently than I think in terms of empire. I think in terms of massive. I think in terms of scale. Every decision that I make is a calculation of how is this going to advance the play? How are we going to advance? How are we going to move the ball down the field? So all the little petty arguments and fights that most people, without having such a big think in place, they build all day, or they think they build all day at work, and then they come home and tear it apart with their spouse. And the spouse is not the enemy. The husband, the wife, the parent, the partner, they're not the enemies. They're supposed to be the support and the ally. They're supposed to be the thrusters, the boosters. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And most people aren't aligned like that because they're thinking so small. Then they start letting the little pettinesses pick at each other, playing normal games. So you're going to have normal fights, and you're going to argue about rotten bananas in the bowl. Like I can't think like that. It just drives me absolutely insane. Like I want to think about Grant and I fight, we argue, we go toe to toe. I mean, we're not normal. We're not human, but we're going out. Our arguments are bigger, about bigger things.
Right. That's incredible. So when you play normal games, you have normal fights. I love that. But when you're on the massive mission, when you're thinking massively and globally on what the next play is, all that little stuff just goes to the side.
It's not important anymore. It's like, who cares? It does not matter. And,
that's awesome. So that's the secret sauce right there, is that you guys are you're on the same team, you're on the same mission, you're not letting anything get in the way, and you're thinking massively, right?
We're thinking, absolutely. We actually have mapped out goals that we want to achieve together as a couple.
Right.
I think most people forget that element. They're thinking about, what are my goals? Everyone's always got that one down. My goals, my goals, my goals, my goals. I have those too. That's a column on the left, but I have our goals in the middle, and then he's got his goals on the right. And if my goals don't feed because I'm no longer just me. I gave that up when I said, I'm going to be in a marriage with you and become a team. I gave that up. So, some people are like, oh, I don't know. They have those ideas. You can't give too much, or you're giving too much. What does that even mean? I mean, this is my teammate. Like he is me. Like we are, we're a union, So if anything that I'm doing in my to-do list doesn't feed into our main goals, it gets eliminated. And if that's a sacrifice I have to make, then that's a sacrifice I have to make.
Right.
Everything that I do for myself personally has to somehow go symbiotically into the column of what is our goals as a couple. That's my number one.
Golly, that is so smart, Elena. I've never heard anyone describe it like that. That's very smart. As you're talking, I can picture like the veins and the arteries and everything's feeding into the main line. What he's doing, what you're doing, that makes so much sense. It seems
Right. And it's like, if you have your main thing, you want to hang out and drink beers with the guys, or, you know, or you want to go out with your girlfriends and do all this. Like, how is that feeding the relationship and where you want to go with your empire? How is that growing? Like, I mean, like, unless it's going to produce some sort of income, unless you're going to get those people to raise money for your business or something, it is a waste of time. Like, what are you doing? Especially if you're going to go home after that and fight about it.
Right. Then you're wasting even more time.
It's like everyone wants to be the boss. Everyone wants to be a king. Everyone wants to be a queen, because they think they have this idea that, oh, then you get to just do whatever you want and boss people around. That is not the case. When you decide to wear the crown, it comes with tremendous sacrifices. It means growing the F up and eliminating all the stuff that does not promote the cause and your flag. And you have to be willing to not go out to the clubs or not hang out with your friends at times,
right,
in order to, you know, hit the touchdown. Because there's nothing more to me, there's nothing that fulfills me more than achieving a goal and a target. And if you truly love somebody, then you're going to help them achieve their goals and their targets. If you truly love somebody, you're going to do whatever it takes to help each other hit targets. It's not about, oh, I need to go home and we need to hold hands on the sofa and watch TV and you need to not look at your phone, and that's love. I mean, is that really love? I mean, or is that just what you've been told about love?
Right.
There is no greater love to me than somebody that helps me achieve a mission. And I've had love from, you know, Grant, the guys that help me at the gym. It's a platonic love, but when they help me learn how to punch, and when the guys on the field teach me how to hit a target at 300 yards away, that is love. Those people are, you know what I mean? It's platonic. I can get it from a number of different people,
sure,
but that's the greatest thing to me, when someone's willing to do that for somebody else.
Wow. Straight fire right there. If any of you missed the last 4 minutes, you better go back and watch it again and again. I'm going to record it. I'm going to go back as soon as we get off of here. Elena, you are amazing. That is powerful, valuable stuff. Powerful and valuable stuff. And I know there's a lot more of that going to be in your book, Build an Empire. So everybody make sure and go and get Elena's book that just came out. We are already over time, which is what happens on this show all the time. And it's really important that we value everybody's time in their morning routines. So here's what I need. Elena, you're up on a mountaintop. All right. It's just you standing up there. You're up on the mountaintop and all of civilization's looking up at you. They're like, Elena, Elena, Elena. And you've got 2 minutes. You've got 2 minutes to give them the most valuable piece of wisdom and information that you can give them that's going to change their life either today, next week, next month, or maybe for eternity. What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to say, build an empire. And know that with every single decision that you make, you're either creating or destroying an empire. And it's happening whether you know you're doing it or not. If you don't know you're doing it, then you're destroying an empire that you never knew that you had or could create. And shame on you. And if you know that you're building an empire, then I urge you to step up to the plate, take responsibility, and know with every decision, every single day, you have a choice to create your empire or destroy it. What are you going to do? When are you going to stop depriving the world of you? When are you going to step up to the plate and be you, give it to the world, know that you can make a difference for the better, that you were here for a reason, and to not give yourself and the world the opportunity to meet you is a shame. So step up. It is a world of responsibility. The rewards are tremendous. There's nothing that feels better than knowing that you have an effect on everyone. So it can be from the valet to the grocery person to your spouse to your child to your community and all the way across the globe. You have the means with social media. It's available to you now. It's free. There is no excuse for getting yourself and your product known. So what are you waiting for? Go create your legacy, build your empire. Success, as my husband says, success is your duty, your responsibility, and your obligation. And we're here, we're waiting, and we're ready for you.
Wow.
Build an empire.
I love it. The crowd's going wild. Yeah! Everybody here on the live stream is just going off right now, Elena. They're just screaming and cheering. That was amazing. Miss Elena Cardone, you are an amazing human being. You truly are. Uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the best version of you that you can possibly be. And you're living it out. All the things that you're doing, your posts, your comments, your shares, the way that you're living your life, the way you're raising your kids, your business, all of that stuff is having an impact on this universe, like a massive impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, on everyone around you. And I, for one, I stinking love you for it, Elena. I absolutely love you for it. You're amazing.
Oh man, well, you see, what an honor. That makes all of the sacrifice and everything that we work so hard for. Hearing you say that, those are the rewards that money, nothing can fulfill. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for that acknowledgement. It really does give me the inspiration that I need to move forward. See, we help each other.
We help each other. That's what we do. You guys follow. Make sure you follow Elena Cardone. You can find her. She's everywhere. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Facebook. You need to buy her book. Everybody in this group needs to buy her book. And most importantly, right here, right now, if you haven't done it already, I need you to push that share button. Imagine if everyone on the planet got to hear those words of wisdom right there to start off their day today. What are most people waking up to? They're not waking up to stuff like this. So hit that share button. You could truly make an impact on someone's life today. And that's what we do here on #Rise and Grind. If you guys need more videos, I don't know why you would, because you've got, this video right here was incredible. But if you need more videos, you can go to glennlundy.com. We've got more up there. Also, if you need some Rise and Grind gear like this right here, you can go to glennlundy.com. And then make sure you come back here tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this again on #Rise and Grind. Elena, hang on just a second. I'm going to pull us offline.